I'm excited this is where we begin.
Yeah, it's fun. It's going to be interesting to see how they're able to handle it. Sprout picked by Spirit. So they'll start on the offensive side. They'll start attacking into these bomb sites. A little bit of utility towards the upper bomb site, but it's quickly towards Lonks. And there's the shot. There's the drop. There's it a safety. And Slax is ready and waiting in the back. They've got a lot of players here, actually. A decent rotation for Sprout, but it just doesn't work.
Wow, some stunning shots with the Glock coming through. That really did break up that three-way crossfire they had going on. A little bit unfortunate, because you're right. The rotation was pretty good. They had enough people in the ramp to probably surprise somebody with. But good shooting on the side of Spirit changed all of that. Refresh out here. I can't believe they're not even fighting him. They might not even know. He did put a bullet in, but they're just ignoring him. And Siren's now down here waiting. There's no way he's looking for it. He's actually thinking about checking it, but his instincts betrayed him just a bit at the end.
Yeah, he's going to wish he completed that clear a little bit harder, a little bit more convincingly. I guess you just save here if you're Sprout. You don't have really access to the bomb site. No kit. Lonks is low. And that's pissed around for Team Spirit off of a very fast play towards the ramp room. And they're even going to hunt down these USPs.
Why not? You hit them running. You're feeling good at the start of it. They're going to find Lonks at the start. And now it's just Stair left. 1 versus 4. And I mean, you can get some more money. We've seen this before. You get enough money in this round. Actually, you can get some great headshots here. You could buy something in the next one if you're feeling super aggressive about it. Scout for outside, maybe, or an M4 if you could drop it over. A lot of ways to go with it.
I think Spirit kind of came to that same realization as well. They're like, that's a bit too much. Yeah. That's not cool. We'll just save these weapons ourselves. 1-0 for Team Spirit. No big deal. Losing a couple players to garbage time there and the pistol round. Yeah, this is an uphill battle for Sprout. It
has to be.
Yeah, this is going to be extremely, extremely difficult in this game for Sprout. They've already accomplished quite a bit. They already got the F your pick'ems moment. They already kind of ruined everyone's pick'ems.
I think that's actually really impressive. Like, I had Sprout as my 0-3 as well. Not, just because it's still a fairly new team. And they come in cold. They didn't play in the Challenger stage. There's just a lot of things going against them, I feel like. So the fact that they're not 0-3, I think is great news for them, honestly. Excited to see if they can continue. And obviously, I think it would be a massive upset if they were able to take down Spirit here. I almost picked Spirit to go through the next. I was so close to doing it. Because I think they are also a difficult team and a cool team to watch.
Yeah. I got some cool players. I really like Patsy. Patsy was a revelation for me watching the Antwerp Major as well. I really, really enjoyed the show that he put on. That was disgusting. 1-0, 4-on-4 in the second round, and Spirit's going to hit the brakes. Yeah,
they did catch a bullet, or rather Magics did, so maybe it's better to just chill out.
They were about to kind of execute out the upper bomb site. It looked to smoke towards Mini to allow them access to start peeking through, but that defensive smoke slows them down. Obviously a very nice benefit for Chopper to get a little bit lucky on a kill through the smoke. And a 4-on-3. But there's still the FAMAS, there's still an MP9 on Lonks, and there's still this scout in play as well.
Nobody really truly defending the A-bomb site. Slax is kind of there with a scout at heaven, but that's not going to really do that much, you have to probably imagine. See where they go, if they actually want to go for it, or if they end up down the vent. It seems like they're going to commit to it, and this is a good call. A little bit of a break, and they're going to walk right onto the bomb site for free.
Nice flashbangs over the little crossbeam. Oh, I guess that's a crane, isn't it? Yeah, that's a crane.
Yeah, I guess I haven't spent that much time in nuclear power plants, so, but yeah.
I've worked in a factory that had a crane like that. I've used that thing. It almost killed me.
Nice.
Fun story there.
Was that your last day of work?
And now I'm casting video games.
All right. Well, listen, I'm glad that worked out. Careful with the heavy machinery, I suppose.
Yeah, you always got to be careful there. Keep your wits about you.
4,000 LBS. That's a lot. I don't know what you're going to move with that, but yeah. Could,
plastic mold injection, Anders.
Yeah?
To make car parts.
All right.
That's what you move with those things. Giant blocks of metal.
So hardest work I ever did was probably 7-Eleven for about half a day. I quit after a half a day. Couldn't handle it.
You're like, no, I'm out.
Couldn't deal with people. It's too much.
2-0 for Spirit. Sprout saved 3 weapons, though, so again, they'll be able to fight back. They'll be able to have some challenging weapons on the board. We'll see what they can do with it this time. Nice clean take to the upper bomb site in the mid-round for Team Spirit previously.
I think the real interesting test for any new team on the CT side, once they have rifles and all the rest of it, is really if they can figure out how to rotate once they're down a man. I feel like that is so difficult on the CT side of Nuke. You lose someone out in the yard. Well, who now moves to close that gap? How do you make sure that they can't sneak? And how do you keep track of the T side?
Yeah, I'm with you. It can be tricky.
Really all hanging around Mini at the moment.
Yeah, and Spirit's waiting for a push of some kind. They're waiting for some trickery. They're like, there's some utility up. You guys just dropped it out. We know you can't have a whole lot, so we're going to let you waste it. We're going to let you spend all those nades, and we'll come in a little bit late. And I mean, they even have a potential backstab through Mini for Patsy, depending on how he wants to play over in Secret Stairs. But the move from Spirit is out Squeak Door.
Yeah, they want to go for it again. Wow, he's actually just running alive. He might have just been waiting, hoping that there was going to be a little bit more aggression from the Spirit side of things.
Yeah.
And then he could have jumped on it with, 30 health left. And instead, he just burned all the way down. Lonk's going to be taken down. Wonderful. But still, this is around that. Once again, Spirit are handling very well. Siren's low on health, and that's a bit awkward. Now, suddenly a 2-on-2 with a shot from the Scout up at heaven to take down Patsy. That changed so quickly. This is a round 1 for Spirit, and now instead, it's going to be up to Magic to try and see if he can do some kind of trickery here. He's already got the 1 kill. Scout's up waiting for him. 1 connection, 1 body shot for you from the Scout, and he's out of it. 22 seconds, and he's not quite sure. Yes, he could have run the other way around. Oh, this is awkward. Smoker's up. He's really waiting for it. He has to go for it now, because otherwise he has to keep doing it. He can fake it maybe one more time. Slacks out on that scaffolding. He will finally go down. Oh, crazy round. Down to a 1 versus 1 at the end, and that is a little bit unforgivable for Spirit.
Oh, yeah, that really is. That was, what, a 2v5 at one point? I mean, great work with the MP9 from Lonks inside the hut. That's huge. He gets a triple kill in the round. Obviously, the first one stopping the plant cross. The next player up from Spirit actually had low HP. There was no health for an engagement against the SMG, but this is a beautiful recovery from Magix. I thought for a moment he was going to play himself out of that 1v1 with Spirit, and now the guns are out. Up in the hands of Slacks.
It's going to feel a little bit good for Sprout knowing that, well, we almost won that round with nothing. Now we have rifles.
There's a double up on the T side, Anders. Chopper's got one.
You're right. That's very strange. It's very unusual to see this kind of thing.
I wonder if that's a miscommunication on the buy. Like they both just kind of bought the op. Chopper was like, I'll buy and I'll drop you. And then he actually bought it as well at the same time. Very curious. I don't know if I've ever seen a Chopper op. Hey, but if Crims can do it.
If Crims, and he did, and he's in the champion stage now. Yeah, Chopper, I associate him with jumping through smokes with a MAC-10.
Yeah.
The good old days.
I miss Vegas Squadron.
Ahead of their time in many ways.
Yeah, they really were. They'd be crazy in this meta, I feel. Well, Molotov in hand, waiting for a timing for the upper execute. Spirit outside of Patsy once again. All 4 players, or 3 players, I should say, lobby with Chopper on the rooftop. Starting to work towards ramp room, towards Lonks. Deep Molotov.
It probably especially sucks having a double up if you're not even going to get peeked at all. At least you just wanted them to do the cool wall bangs from outside of the roof.
It was one of the talking points though too, is the fact that Wonderful can be so aggressive with the ADP. There's 23 seconds on the clock. They haven't done anything yet.
What are they doing? They're waiting still. There's a Molotov. This is devastating. Oh, what a nice catch from Siphon. That's going to really slow them down. They can't, they just have to wait 10 seconds on the clock and they're still in the lobby. They get a double opening. 8 seconds, they have to keep going. They can't slow this down. Wonderful gets 1 more. And Lonks now, time has run out. They wanted to get to that bomb zone, but they just could not do it. They get another kill. They get 3-4 kills in the round and they still can't win it. They just did not have the time. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm so confused. I want that they didn't do anything for that whole round. They just kind of waited. And you're exactly right. You highlighted with the Molotov. That extra Molotov right at the end with what, like 18 seconds? This hit is beginning with like 10, 11 seconds on the clock. Like that's always going to be impossible. There's always going to be no way you win this one. And the real shame of it is some very nice kills coming out from Spirit. Just no time. Timeout. I would assume this is from Spirit, and indeed it is. That's a conversation that has to happen. Like, oh boy.
Yeah, how do we end up in this particular situation? Also, is that like the 3rd time I think that they go out Squeak in the first 4 rounds? Ramp in the pistol, and then every other round.
Yeah.
Not that that's necessarily a problem, it's just that's an interesting choice.
Training him early, you know, get started early going. Keep the fear of God in him. Make sure there's always going to be utility spent at the opening of rounds towards Squeak Door. Still, though, an expensive win for Sprout. It's a bit of a head scratcher if you're a Spirit fan, but there's not a whole lot of money left for Sprout, so there's some positives to take away from it, even in the loss there for Team Spirit. They've set this up to have a very strong victory. Wonderful almost tracks that, almost connects it.
He is such a dangerous player as well. Scout on the other side. Probably not a fight you want to stick around for too much time either. Maybe against the AK you could throw some shots that way. Wow, the timing is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's painful. He really wanted to punish this fallback. Not going to be able to get the chance. Slacks is being very passive about it back towards CT red box. There's the drop down. That's just a P250, and somehow he's still alive. There was a smoke in his face. Lonks is going to take him down. Defense holding strong for the moment. Man, he's having a great start to the game. The Scout lands a tag, and Spirit are going to slowly back away.
3 versus 4, yeah. I mean, it can be kind of cool to run any kind of weapon, but especially just a pistol that deep in on the towards the CT spawn area, because if you get a lot of information, if you could have seen, like, he almost could have spotted 2 different people in different positions, that would give him something to work with. But again, very slow, 45 seconds here. And
yeah,
kind of making away with the bomb.
So Siren kind of turns into a lurk outside late, and he's going to trust that Magic's and Wonderful. It looks like they almost want to wrap around towards Heaven. I don't know exactly what the plan is going to be quite yet. This Scout, though, on Slacks is going to have a big job to do when they turn the corner off on the other side. Oh, worst timing. Worst timing for him.
Still got about 22 seconds. Lonks is down below, so if they decide to turn this into some sort of a very, very late B execute, they're going to have a similar problem as some of the other rounds where one mistake could easily cost them the round. They can't really afford to have the bomb planter being killed at this point in time, and Lonks is tracking it. He hears it. Opens the door, takes down Magix, and closes it again right afterwards. Oh, he's toying with them now. Time has already run out, and they might kill him after the time. That is really scary. Wonderful goes down. No money in the bank.
Yeah, these are very long, slow rounds from Spirit that Sprout is going to have to keep their eyes on. That's well managed. Great round from Lonks with the quad kill. He's the one who negated all the aggressive pushes outside, and he's the one who recovers the lower bomb set as well. Good transfer over to Chopper. And this is the shutdown on the bomb plant. Once Magix goes down, the round's over. Everything after there is just gravy.
Another advent from the academy scene. Lonks.
Yeah, well, I meant oh, hold the phone, hold the phone. What a play from Siren. You would never expect that kind of pacing.
And that's the one AK they have. Now they're still in the M4, of course, but the power of having just one of those in the round, super incredible opening.
Yeah, while we have a lull in the action, I was going to say, I think just the fact that we're going to start hearing that a lot more to the point where it's not even going to be like worth saying anymore, just because the academy teams have become such a successful avenue to filter players through. And when you add on top of that, playing in the FPLs, you know, playing in the Pro Pug systems, there's some good tools, especially well established in Europe and Eastern Europe, to be able to get the job done and find your way into a pro team.
Yeah, surely has got to be really healthy for the scene as a whole. Good times. Cypher not really feeling that pressured back here.
Uh-oh.
He's going to be hanging out, although
feeling pressure now.
Yeah, that's a bit uncomfortable. He's got some teammates showing up to try and help him out. All right, nearly caught. But they're bringing the bomb back. Want to try and see if they can change this. This seems unlikely, but then again, this AWP, you miss a shot here, and they're going to be coming out the game that they're playing. Whack-a-mole, Jason. With real moles on the other side.
Real moles. He's just stalling him out, hoping his teammate's going to come all the way around, but it's a big risk. There could be anyone coming from ramp. You can see him checking it. Here comes the double peek. Oh, and here comes the drop down.
That's actually probably a really good move. Why give them the opportunity? 2 on 3. Again, clocks run down very low. One of the CTs is down below and almost works out, but Magic's comes up with a double. That's crazy. And he gets time just barely to put the bomb down. Grenade around the corner is not going to kill him, but it will absolutely slow him down. And the Molotov means he can't really move. Yeah, he can't go the other side. He's just stuck here. Siphon all the health in the world, and he doesn't want to take that fight straight up. He's hoping to get the instant headshot, but it's not going to be possible. A 1 versus 1 clutch. Sprout coming up with it here, winning what, 3 in a row now?
Yeah, 3 in a row. They've come right back into this to tie it up. Still the early going, and still haven't been able to get any kind of comfort with their economy. Now, part of the other benefit of dropping down as the AWPer is when he dies, the AWP is actually there to be salvaged by the final remaining player, by Zypher, as he gets these kills. And the AWP is back in the hands of the defense, and another timeout taken. This time it's by Sprout to talk things over, because again, I think the conversation has got to be about finding a way to have a clean defense so you can actually build up some money and actually start to feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, some of these rounds look won by Sprout pretty early on, and then they end up being still pretty close rounds, and that's just costing them so much. And with a bomb hand on top, And with the round loss bonus, Spirit are going to be right back into the mix of things. Keeping the pressure on. Tough start really for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And Spirit's had some head-scratching rounds. Very slow. Rounds where like the clock's becoming in opposition as well. 3-3, weapons back in the hands of Team Spirit. Same with Sprout. Money low on both teams, actually. Have an all-important round to gain momentum and keep control of this match in your favor.
And you know what? Those slow rounds, we talked about this quite a bit when we were watching... Who's that playing outside of some Mirage the other day? Why am I blanking on that? Was it an IP?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in your brain.
No, well, I don't either, but... Long it's going to be going down. Saying a lot of teams make the mistake when they're playing outsiders when the rounds are going really slow of wanting to peak in the last 20 seconds, and then it's kind of where you lose the round. Sprout are not doing that. Team Spirit are playing this really slow, but even right at the end, they're like, no, we're not going to give you a free kill where we start peeking for information. They just wait it out, and eventually there's just not enough time for Spirit to do anything.
It was an IP.
Some credit for Sprout. Yeah.
You're
Oh
right.
my god, my brain is working.
Ooh, spicy. Taking his time with it. He's got the bomb.
Turning his back as well. That's got to be scary. Well, his hand is forced. Gonna get that kill. Pick up the AWP and run straight for it. That's very aggressive. He's got some backup here now, but Siren's taking care of that one. Jump almost got him killed, but more people keep showing up in the lobby.
Yo, that's a god tier round from Siren. He takes the initial fight, doesn't get the kill, doesn't win the engagement, but backs away. He expects the follow-up fight from Hut. That was so perfectly played. I'm very impressed. He even takes the angle to grab the repeat from Refresh. Teammate comes in to bail him out with the second kill, but that was perfect. Especially when you consider that kind of a position from Refresh, that could have been a disaster. It could have been an absolute nightmare if he was able to find a follow-up kill.
Yeah, if anyone else had rotated back here to sort of stand close to Wonderful, that could have easily spiraled out of control. But now all the pressure and all of those close rounds that maybe Sprout could have won with a lot more money, this is the damage that it does. They're back to pistols. They got the one M4. They spent all of their money in this round, so...
Well, and now there's also going to be a stretch. Oh, my lord.
Well, that's a shot and a half for the Deagle. He's going to double down on the aggression. See if he can get a little bit more. Might see the shadow if they jump up on the box here, or he definitely will see the shadow, so that's always a little bit of an advantage, but it looks like they're hard. Oh my god! Stare coming up with some beautiful shots, and now Siphon's shown up with the M4. They're going to swing against him, and Chopper trying to rescue and recover the round for his team. 2 versus 3. Magix and Chopper, and yeah, this is very smart. You might very well lose this round. At least you don't want to give them weapons. You certainly don't want to pick them up for them to rotate out here and maybe try and beat you with them in the round.
Yeah, but you have to think this is gonna pause right here. This is gonna be slow from Spirit. They're just gonna tuck themselves into these positions they're currently in and check for the flanks. You can see Magic's looking for any kind of a push outside. Chopper's looking from anyone wrapping through T lobby.
But this is why Sprout haven't really given them a lot. In every other round where Spirit have tried this, nobody shows up for the fight. And Spirit, instead of maybe going at 25 seconds, they go at 15 seconds, and then they just don't have time to do anything. So you gotta hope that maybe they could go a little bit earlier here so that they're not in this, we have to plant the bomb right now and nobody can come off it, and if the bomb planter dies, it's over. That's too close.
Strong positions in the upper bomb site as well, so this is a good call from Team Spirit, although they can't possibly know it, but Lonks and Slacks are both positioned in lobby and hut, so they're actually away from any kind of a danger that would wrap around the mini. Good spot from Refresh. He can survive in this position, but not for long, or can he? What a great kill. This round's done. Magisk might even be able to get the plant. He can sense it's coming, finds 1 kill, still 2 more, and they're converging.
Yeah, coming in. Oh, I can't believe it. It looks like he had seen that. The fact that he even got the bomb planted at 1 versus 3 is still pretty good, but that is Sprout. A little bit of a shocking round to be winning.
Yeah, I was going to open this round by saying before the kills from Stare, like this is the Spirit with an advantage, and also when eventually you could see, nice job throwing the guns away as they're coming hunting for the AWP. They're not going to find it, obviously. But that was going to be Sprout with the advantage of where Lonks was going to have to play a ton of rounds, like trying, or Sprout was going to have to play a ton of rounds trying to catch up in terms of their economy, right? They were going to have a few this round, obviously, with just pistols, but then after that, it would have been, you know, a round with light utility. Maybe they just have to straight up save. Team Spirit was set up perfectly to grab all the control in this map, and it's just ripped away from them by fine pistol work.
Absolutely a strange and unusual start to Nuke. It feels like it could still go absolutely either way. No one's fully taking control of it. Money is in the drain for both teams.
I'll say this kind of trading, though, as we know on Nuke, I mean, the Ts are, it's going to be a bummer for Spirit. They haven't been able to put more rounds on the board, not able to convert, like, anti-pistol round, but if you're trading rounds on the T side of Nuke, I think you're going to be pleased to be at 4-4 at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. Magic's with the opening. They're going to try and put maybe a slow down. Thought actually he was maybe going to try and see if he could do a little bit behind that, but still a 4-on-5. And they're a little bit quicker down below, and they're going to be able to catch there. That's a very, very nice kill. And it's now almost time for Sprout to be saving. I've got to say, this seems super risky. If they commit to this defense, they might just lose everything.
I don't know. Lonks has had some great rounds. If he can deliver another one here, 2, maybe 3 kills, then we're cooking. Oh, blinded. And now his position's given up as well. It's going to be impossible. Siren dispatches him. And now there's that save coming in that you just talked about. 5-4 for Spirit.
And a change of pace, which is, I think, a welcome one if you're on the Spirit side of things here.
Well, I mean, it's great to see them fighting back, and I mean, I don't want to say staying in this game, because obviously these teams in on the major are always going to be in the game, but it could have been very easy to kind of lose your advantages entirely after a round where you executed with 10 seconds left on the clock, and then you lose an eco round, then you lose a round to Deagles and CZs. Like, it's very possible they could have just been deflated. 5-4, 1 round lead, and again, very low money for Sprout, so we're going to see those Deagles come out again.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, right? They basically win a round earlier than they should have, but then they stumble into this round, and now, I mean, at any moment this could crumble in a big way. Keeps up like this, you have to wonder if Sprout eventually will run out of energy to win some of these odd rounds. You know, this read, making sure that you watch for that vent drop, huge.
Sprout's been able to find some nice kills as well when they've picked up the pace, right? We've seen Magic's with a couple openings on a faster speed. Who was it a few rounds ago that like pushed in towards ramp room really quick? I think that was Siren who was able to grab Lonks as well, like in a really early funky timing. So the extra pace, the extra pepper that Spirit's thrown in there once in a while is being impactful. And Patsy's had this position as well very quickly whenever he's wanted. This is about the 3rd time he's gained this position for basically nothing with just a smoke wall.
Yeah, and now comes the push from the other side. Oh man, this is really hard to hold off on. Gonna take the ramp, and they actually slow it down. I thought they were gonna keep going to try and push them towards Patsy, but it doesn't seem like they're that much in a hurry at the moment. Patsy definitely revealing his position. If they didn't know already, they do now. Last down on the ramp. One good flash around the corner, and he might be in trouble, although his land is a bit behind him. But still, the FAMAS not really with the stopping power that you would want there. And also Patsy getting a kill on the other side, so clean round.
Yeah, I think Sprout is going to have to find a way in their next buy round to actually challenge for some of this control. If you give a team like Spirit this much space to work with, especially when they go so slow, like they're going to run you over. Like there needs to be a contention somewhere before they're actually attacking into the bomb site. They take ramp room and then you're second guessing everything. Patsy's in that position outside. I think that might be step number 1, is someone stepping up and say, I'm going to stop Patsy. I'm going to stop Patsy from getting to secret. That
would be a nice start. Also feels like Spirit came in with a game plan, which I guess is not that surprising if you've seen their other games, to play a little bit slow, but it feels like now they also look comfortable changing that and going a little bit quicker at it and having a little bit more time. So that's good to see them be able to flex out of whatever it was that they had planned, because definitely did seem to hurt them. Timeout used on the Sprout side to talk everything over, and their economy is again looking...
Garbo. Yeah. Trash.
It is.
Crap.
It's not good.
No. It's going to be the MP9, the AK-47 saved on refresh, and it should just be USPs. Maybe you shuffle around some of that utility, see if you can give flashbangs over to a teammate to set refresh up. I think you put one of those 2 weapons that you've saved. I'd be interested to know if they realize how frequently Patsy's been able to get standing in secret stairs. Because I think that's where, for us watching, that might be the easiest one to say, put one of these weapons. Maybe the SMG, maybe tuck them into a corner, maybe the AK-47 if you want to flash and challenge. Put them in a position where they can try and prevent that.
Yeah, and you can throw those deep pop flashes from out in the yard, right? So if you want someone to peek behind it, you could do that. Oh, they're going to be coming out of squeak again, but this is for the drop, it feels like, yeah. One of them down already. I think that's wonderful, making the run. And actually, they keep flooding people down. They're getting away with so much here. Nobody from Sprout close enough by to stop it. By the time they realize just how many people made their way down, it is too late. Yeah. Flash to try and get that peak. That's kind of a little bit what you talked about. Of course, it's way too late.
Well, I was going to say Patsy's the only one here, but excuse me. Chopper's up on the silo. What a great headshot from Patsy. Few more to find. Refresh going to try and take this gun away, and he'll indeed do it. But Chopper's there to protect. He hears the flank coming in. He checks from behind. AK-47 at red box. Good kill. Is he aware of Zyphon beneath him? It can be a tough shot to hit, but the crouch down, he shows that beautiful buttocks.
Right. Again, a little bit more expensive maybe for Spirit than they would have liked, but they will win the round. 7-4 in their favor. And for Sprout, it would have been cool to run away with some of those AKs. The round was never going to be won, but it would have been a nice bit of cash in the bank for them. Magic is having himself a very good game at the moment.
Yeah, one hell of a game. Nice shot here for their 14th kill. Patsy all on his own. There were some people outside to protect the weapon when it goes down. It was a little bit of a struggle, but 7-4. Spirit with a 3-round lead.
Those vent drops are really hard to stop when Sprout don't have the grenades necessary to Molotov and to grenade that squeak door.
I think that's a big takeaway at the moment, is that Sprout's been able to expose Secret a number of times, whether it's through vents, whether it's through the outside stairs, and once again, Siren is here. He's like, yeah, I'll take this, whenever.
You see him in the middle, but he's shouting at his teammates saying, I made my way down. You guys just, hang tight for a minute. I'm going to try and work this position now. Langs has already actually seen it coming. And if he can win this battle, that is going to be huge. In the meantime, Patsy goes down. It's one of the requirements you asked about earlier.
The nice thing is Stairs not meant to, or excuse me, Siren's not meant to actually open up the avenue for his team. He's just meant to cut off the rotations, right? So he's going to wait for his teammates to get here. He's hoping someone from Sprout is going to shift down vents. They have to be aware that the vent drop was a possibility, though, if they don't actually know that it's occurred. Flashbang, way back.
Oh, it goes too deep, lands behind the wall, and that costs Siren his life. 3 versus 4 now.
I don't think he was all the way back in the corner, which is why that went too far. Complete rotation to the lower bomb site for Sprout.
Yeah, they got everyone here. 50 seconds still, so Spirit might just try and call another one of these freezes just to see if Sprout are going to be tempted to go for too much of a peek anywhere on the map. And they know that they're still down here. If the defense stays like this, there's surely no way that Spirit can actually get into the round, and Magic's trying to see if he could follow up, but I don't know how you get out of this one.
No, Chopper knows that's a losing battle as well.
Save the AKs at this point, surely.
Yeah, I think so. I think that might have to be the call. Good shot from Wonderful. That's the player inside the bomb site. Still got a lot more to do, though. Flashbang is out. They're going to go for it. Chopper's challenging. Should be able to get a plant, actually. Yeah, indeed he will. So a 3-on-2 retake, and they're in pretty strong positions.
No nades either really on this Sprout side. So you want to be careful. Low on health, and all they need is a bullet for him to go away. Slacks gets down, and Wonderful going to go hide. Try and hide in the corner, but Stair will find him. Nice triple for him. And Sprout finally picking up a 5th round. Again, though, an expensive one, considering that was a 4-on-2.
Yeah, very expensive one. They recover the op, though, thankfully. Spirit finally put an end to the run. It was 3 rounds straight. But Spirit have found a bomb site in each of the last 5 rounds, so they've got plenty of money. The extra $800 bonus has been building up, even without the losing bonus. Cash in the bank, and Sprout still not looking the prettiest. Round 13, as this first half is starting to draw to a close.
Such an interesting game plan coming into this map for Spirit. They're another one of these CS teams that play this really off-brand kind of Counter-Strike. They're going to be very, very hard to deal with if you're not used to it. And definitely a lot of teams that struggle to play against Spirit.
Oh, this time there's a player. We had Lonks in the last round. Once again, he's going to go down to Secret Stairs immediately. Previously, he just chilled, played passively by the control stairs. It's Siren who's waiting for pushes. Big fight to win. Oh, the timing. Timing's horrible. It's horrendous, which gives Refresh the angle.
Felt like he was checking behind him way more than he probably needed to, yeah.
Maybe a little bit of nerves.
Yeah, it happens. Oh, that is a shot outside, blowing up Stair, and they're going to go right behind. They want to go out again, trying to check all the angles. Looks like he might have got stuck a little bit there, and Chopper is going to get blown up as well. Nice defense. A little bit of a shame, because I actually think the opening itself was there for Spirit to try and get in, but nice triple from Refresh.
I mean, it was certainly helped by a great shot from Wonderful. That was disgusting.
6-7.
It feels terrible if you're Stare. You don't get a chance. But this is the one right here. Siren had a chance to punish this push, but second-guessing himself, second-guessing the position of his teammates to watch his back. And a timeout called by Spirit. Their second timeout as well. Both teams using 2 in this first half so far. Talking things over, trying to scrape together a couple more. 2 rounds left in this first half.
Yeah, still a little bit too soon to call it. If Sprout can get, I mean, even 1 or 2 more rounds here, that would be something for the second half. But I mean, Spirit looked comfortable.
I don't know if it's just like laziness because it's like a similar region, but I feel like Spirit in this kind of, like, it's very similar to Outsiders in this sense, where like it doesn't feel convincing until it just kind of clicks, and then it is convincing. You know, they play this kind of grindy style that lets you stay close for most of it, and then it's like, nope, we're gonna win.
Yeah, and I think there is something about the region that kind of lends itself to exactly this kind of Counter-Strike. Which again, no doubt, Sprout have been talking about. That has been their focus for the day. And still, it's really hard to actually work against. Nearly a kill, opening up on that AWP. That would have been scary. And Magix is out here. You could see him calling all the way through, trying to get all the information about where everyone is. Oh, some damage in return. Shot by the side of the vent there.
Yeah, he didn't like that. It's a lot of attention, though, towards door. Patsy's gained some space outside. Once again, Lonks trying to hold on to it from Secret. Patsy's going to turn in through the mini smoke, but this push could be everything. And yeah, nice easy kill. Patsy's not even paying attention. He's not looking in this direction. The Lurker has been caught off guard, and Sprout's defense now starting to hold strong.
That's one hell of a peek from Wonderful. If he doesn't get that, they can't even really do anything in this round, I think. So that was at least one step in the right direction. But they know Stare's shown up, and he will find the headshot on the Siren. It's a good defense. Looks like Sprout is starting to put it together a little bit more. Siphon's going to be able to take down Magix, and now Wonderful. 1 versus 3. If there was a bomb plant down below, maybe he would have a little bit more of a chance at it, but with an AWP, and he can't really rebuy it, it might just be worth saving it.
I was going to say, not only saving it just because you can't rebuy it, but your team doesn't really have a whole lot of cash, so this might be one of the more powerful weapons you bring forward into the next round, even without the utility. You'll be able to pick up a flashbang, and that's about it. So a long save, but Sprout seems to have figured it out. It's going to be 3 straight for them, looking to go on a run to close out this first half. Elimination game.
Yeah.
As the desk mentioned right before sending it in our direction. The loser goes home. Winner is going to be playing tomorrow for one of the final spots on the champion stage.
And some of what you talked about in terms of stopping Patsy outside, they actually have been doing, and that's been working pretty well for them. And I suppose also on some level, you find Patsy alone out there, it does reveal a lot about what the rest of the strategy might be, right?
Yeah, I wonder, like that could be something Sprout caught on to as well. Like, hey, if Patsy's the only one here, I mean, obviously, you kind of know the play. Look towards ramp room, look towards them to try and cause some rotations, try and shift us into the position that Patsy holds. Final round of the first half. That AWP that was saved, utility's been dropped over to Wonderful, so we can play a supportive role at the start of the round. MAC-10 Tech 9 and a couple of rifles.
Setting up what looks like more of a standard A execute. I mean, that squeak door has been working out well for them, but maybe they're going to try and be a little bit heavier on the hut side this time. Molotov is in, flashes through, but the counter Molotov is so good. That slows them down. I think they wanted to go behind this. You could see the flames still in the corner there. They definitely wanted to try something, but counter nades coming up from the Sprout side, really slowing them down. Molotov around the corner. They've taken ramp room, but I don't think Sprout cares. As long as they can keep an eye on it, and they have, what, 3 people down below from Sprout's side? That's a little bit crazy.
That's a dangerous risk to take. Although, good timing for it, because Sprout's starting to shift back, a player coming up the vents. That's Stare. He's just dropping a smoke at Squeak door. Meanwhile, Sprout more than happy to let them have ramp room and just say, whatever. You can't do anything with it. And remember, they spent all their utility on the upper exec that was stopped by a counter Molotov. This is the final play, the only play that Spirit has.
And throwing flashes out there, I mean...
Interestingly enough, if they do go up heaven, that's not the worst thing in the world because the defense is cordoned into the bomb site, but once again, they're going to call it off.
Also, if they wanted to go up heaven, I feel like the flashbang that they just threw down there, they probably would have needed to just try and offset a little bit of defense.
I feel like Spirit's changed their mind about 3 or 4 times in this round.
Yeah, they have, and we're kind of back to the start of the half as well, where they're running out of time. Long's going to get one. Siphon cruises into the bomb site. It's going to be picking up a double kill. Still 10 seconds on the clock, and holding it right now while the bomb is being planted. This is a winnable round, and finally this very late round execute coming in from Spirit seems to have worked out. They get the bomb plant. They're in a 2v2, and they picked up some rifles on top of everything else. Slag's walking up, scoped up and down below. If he walks into the crosshairs of Patsy, there's nothing he can do about it. That's an easy kill onto Refresh, and Slag, he's no idea where to aim. Good little quad kill coming out at the end. And Sprout, they're one round down going into the second half. We'll see if they can bounce back after the break.
From the start of the round, they seem to have no real issues from that. They went on a nice little run to end the first half, although Spirit did steal the last round away. Pissed around second half. Spirit switched over to the CT side. Patsy's gonna challenge. Oh, okay.
That was a drive-by.
I don't even see the gunfire. Oh my lord, Magic's with another one, and Sprout is just losing players every step of the way.
Yeah, and you can't even really continue to run. You've just sacrificed the player and you don't get anything for it. Not a lot of information, not really a lot of map control. Sirens out on top, raining down death. Oh my god, that is amazing. Not a single casualty on the side of Spirit.
And a team ace.
And a team ace on top.
That's a beautiful sight to see. I love a good team ace.
9-7, yeah. I mean, those first headshots were so crisp.
Yep.
Very disheartening for the Sprout side of things.
I'm very curious to see what this T side is going to look like from Sprout. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement around players like Stair, like Zyphon, obviously big names. Longs had a good first half, but you know, part of my motivation for putting Sprout in my 0-3 was simply because Refresh switching into an in-game leadership role, right? Very early on in a huge tournament to have this early on in your kind of transition into that role within the team. I'm curious to see how this T side is going to be called, how it's going to be handled. Not any kind of criticism towards him. It's just going to be a steep learning curve.
Yeah, we know how hard it could be at the top level, so I feel very similar. But I mean, the fact that they're still here, I think, is also a testament to the fact that this project's working way better than probably most people would have expected already.
Ended the NIP honeymoon?
True indeed. Oh, well, MP9 on top, and it is a slaughter down below on the B-bomb site, or the A-bomb site, sorry. Siren up to 13, Chopper at 13, and Magic still a little bit ahead at 16, so they're having themselves a nice start to the second half. But the test is going to be coming up real quick. Sprout going to be buying in the third round, no surprise. Curious to see. We're going to get a little bit of a test of how they're going to be playing this. What Refresh can come up with.
Here we go. AK-47's on the board for Sprout. First gun round in the second half. Utility towards Mini. Some challenges, some spam as Refresh drops. It's quick, it's very fast, and he catches Patsy off guard. Didn't see it coming. It was so quick, and now the SMG has to drop into safety. Has to drop into safety, and Stair's got that. Wonderful, and the site has two. It's a reload. It's got to come in quick. Another mag enters the gun, and Wonderful's got a third kill, and now the defense has arrived. The door slams shut.
But that's a FAMAS out there against the AK inside. When you trust that spray at range. Oh, wow. That was a battle that never stopped. It just, more people kept showing up really on both sides, and they traded all the way down into that one-on-one.
That's really nice from Sprout, though. Fast pace to open up this half. Patsy getting caught off guard. You're not going to get that every day of the week. Good kill from Refresh, and he applies so much pressure. There's nowhere for this MP9 to go. Wonderful actually does an incredible job holding onto the bomb site for as long as he did, but there's only so much you can do.
Simon on the Sprout side for good reason.
I think this is going to be a necessary reset here for Sprout to bring this back.
Yeah, that's true. If they win this one, suddenly it's a wide open game again, and maybe Spirit will have to wait a long time. I mean, even now, look at the nades. They just put out a smoke. They have one Molotov and one flashbang left.
And almost a mirror image of how Team Spirit was playing in the first half on their own T side. One player uses the smoke wall to get towards the top of Secret Stairs. 4 players lined up, or 3 players lined up in lobby with one on the roof.
Couple of Mac 10s as well. Galil in play. and not a single helmet on the side of Spirit. So they could be in an awkward position if you get run down by a MAC-10 and just get a bullet to the face. Nobody likes that. Dropping down the vent. No one's there by to stop them either. Finally down below, Chopper is going to be there. And the Molotov's actually amazing. Might have been just one kill, but look at the damage on the Slacks. And onto Lance as well. They're right down below, and they don't even know about it. Yeah, Vegas coming down. That's devastating.
That was the slowest drop off the railing ever, though. I thought that was actually horribly wrong. It's all on Stair. 1v3.
The bomb did get planted, and as you just pointed out, it was so slow that they actually at least got that. See what he could do. They do not have a kit in place, so they're going to have to tap that bomb pretty quickly. He has to reveal his position then, and wow, Siren coming in, just dropping in the vent. M4 in play.
There's maybe one detail that could have changed that entire round, and that would have been Stair opening the door as his teammates run under to look above them. Just open it and see if there's Magic's making that kind of a play. I don't think you'd ever assume that play being made, but if you just check for it, just to be kind, just to be, you know, respectful of the teammates, help them out a little bit, throw them a bone.
That would have made a huge difference, right?
Yep.
Even if you open and close it immediately, just the fact that he would have revealed the position would have been helped them out a fair bit.
Yeah, make Magic's a little bit nervous about another choke point. Maybe you just get into the information and someone can swing looking upwards while the bomb is being planted. Maybe they don't even plant the bomb. Maybe they actually go for the challenge first. But obviously, that's a big if.
Yeah, what a drop down the vent from Siren as well. He landed and instantly hit that headshot with the M4, so that's pretty devastating. Bomb plant, the $800 bonus is not enough to make the difference to Sprout here, although they did invest into some armor and some pistols, so they could be a little bit dangerous. So they're quick to get down secret with 3 out of 5 players. Wonderful is jumping back here. Usually very, very safe position to be in. Can never rule out a wild deagle shot, but it's going to be hard to land.
I would bet so much money that deagle shot. I'll never see one in my lifetime.
Yeah? You don't think so? It's coming right up, Jason.
Ooh. Ooh.
Now, close! But you don't get any points for close. That doesn't count. Nice little crossfire setup, defending either side of the bomb site. And Siren back here. Pretty safe at the back of the bomb site, at least to buy time. He's going to go look for it. Sees both. Siphon finally coming in with a deagle shot. No bomb plant's going to be allowed for. So, Spirit taking big steps in the right direction, 12-8.
Yeah, and 4 of 5 in the second half as well. Spirit's defense is looking really strong. We're going to get a timeout called. This is from Sprout. Their third is used. Trying to stop this run before it slips too far out of grasp, out of hand.
Probably not much Sprout actually could have done in this round. So they get close to a bomb plant at least. Would have been nice. A little bonus if they could have got it. 2 Galils, 3 AKs, heading into round number 21, and a little bit of a timeout, as you said, just to talk things through. Now is the time for it. They're running out of runway on Nuke, and Spirit do look really well prepared. Good kills though on the Sprout side. It's not like they're just getting wiped out here. They are putting up a fight. Siphon and Laux leading the charge. They got some backup in there too. Oh, okay, that's aggressive. And his teammate is playing for all the attention.
Oh, he's patient in this too. That's a huge kill for Patsy to get. That's going to make it so hard to ever clear out Wonderful's position. And now they know one's up on top. That's when the op can be put into play. Oh, he spots it. He spots it, and Wonderful might be a little bit challenged. Smoke to help himself get out. Nobody's actually trying to keep him pinned down. They don't want to mess with the AWP, but now that they know its position, might be able to make a call around it. 4-round lead for Team Spirit, a 5-on-4 advantage here in round 21.
If they would have been close to ramp when they spot those 2 players on the CT side outside, maybe they can just pull the trigger and try and they jump it because they know there cannot be 2 people in the ramp at that point in time. But they were a little bit far away in lobby, so they can't even really use the information that they get Sprout. Siren's back up here. There is a Molotov. They could try and Molotov out the hut. Instead, they're just going to get the kill cleanly. And now it's a bit interesting. They smoke off Mini, and they want to put the pressure on. Magic's still in the back of the bomb site, and he nearly gets the double. His teammates following up. Chopper up at the heavens. and he'll be able to get a triple in the round. 13-8. No bomb plant, and once again, not enough money for Sprout to work with.
That's a really nice defense after the teammate goes down on top of the hut. That's a good kill to find for the T side, but it's perfect movement after that. Magic sinks back into the bomb site. Patsy spamming through the smoke while Magic chucks out an HE grenade. They set everything up perfectly, soften up the Sprout players, and Chopper was waiting all along in the rafters. It was going to be an impossible take for Sprout. Timeout call from the CT side as Spirit want to discuss things. Probably not change anything.
No, not too much.
Probably just keep themselves headed in the right direction. Hold the course.
And maybe, you know, probably get a party note about, you know, be careful. You know, they don't have too much to work with. Let's not get Tech-9 rushed at the A-bomb site. Let's make sure we throw all the Molotovs that we need just so that we don't get wiped out in any kind of silly way. It can happen otherwise, so everything else seems to be working for Spirit. 13-8. They have a fair bit more money. That was the other problem that Sprout was running into on their CT side, is that even when they were winning rounds, it was so tenuous. It was down to those 1v1s, 2v2s. They never really had anything going. At least Spirit have that. Nice drop. They're going to get a couple of people down. Refresh rating up here. We need a quick bomb plant for this to work out, but that's already going to be a little bit difficult. Well, they don't really commit to stopping the bomb plant. Maybe they're just happy to try and win this in the after plant. No one rotating through where Refresh is standing, which is probably a bit upsetting. That would have been a nice way to cause some confusion in the CT rotations. Langs is pushed up close with the AWP. Oh, sorry, with the AWP, with the Tech-9. Not an AWP at all.
That's
far from.
Yeah, that would be an interesting op. Rapid fire AWP with plenty of bullets. 2-on-3. Doable if Ster can hit this shot. He's got the player frozen out in the open. Oh, he can't win it though. And now the defuse is in. Almost there. Almost there for Refresh. The spam coming through isn't going to land. It's never going to land. And a 6-round lead now for Spirit.
That's not bad though. Coming out of Toxic like that, he nearly had the lineup. That could have nearly worked.
Yeah, a chance for it. A prayer for it.
You could see the restraint in Magic's the way that he played in that moment, because he probably did want to try and stop the bomb plant entirely, but he's like, you know what? All that has to happen here is for me to get one deke, and then I'm in trouble immediately, or the team is in trouble. So probably a good deal to instead just try and fall a little bit back and go for the after plant instead. Refresh making the run through, fire and smoke, and onto the A bomb site. He wants to find the opening. They know about Chopper. I can't believe it took so long, but they do find him at the back of the site. Siren's going to be overrun as well. 3-on-3.
Ooh.
And they find the headshot. I can't believe that even happens. Patsy's out here looking to battle the whole team on his own, and that's too much. One single point of health left on Refresh, but what an opening he gave to his team. Wonderful, though. That shot nearly connects. He's low on health. Okay. Grenade to chase him down. And Sprout finally winning a round again.
If he gets that kill and it's 1 HP, I wonder if the call-out would be in there. But what a great route ran by Refresh. That's a beautiful way to help your team get into the bomb site. And that's the first round in a long time. 4 rounds streak for Spirit before Sprout was able to respond. On top of the hut, absolutely wonderful. Back of the bomb site as well, and even challenging up in heaven to make it awkward for Magix, who's cleaned up by Zyphon. Great pressure applied by Refresh and Sprout. A little bit of life left in him at the end of the day. 9-14. Final timeout taken.
Yeah, that's another problem, isn't it? No more timeouts. The road back is still pretty long, so you might need another one down the stretch of this one.
Again, they'll have him at a breaking point, have him at a reset situation. They had this previously in the half, and it slipped away from them, and that was when we kind of said that reset has to occur, we think, for Sprout to actually make the second half really competitive. This is the last chance, and this is the best chance. And this is just to get them back within striking distance, not even to overtake in any way. So huge hurdle here for Sprout, but they'll get rewarded if they can pass it.
They're making the run outside. Wonderful is right in front. The flash to push him back. They know they have him. Patsy, though, there to revenge it. If they would have had him on the first volley of bullets, that would have been excellent. They probably could have just escaped. 4-on-4, and they're going to be going towards the ramp room instead. Magic's here. Yeah, don't be screwing off the silencer. He's ready. Instead of running back, just catching Refresh, and he's still sticking around, battling all the way to the death. Long's not ready for Chopper to be down here, and low on health. Snacks coming around the corner, the FAMAS! That is a nicely handled triple for him.
Yeah, really is. Benefit of a little bit of a cleanup kill from Magic standing his ground. 23 kills on Chopper, 22 on Magix. Those two are delivering. And once again, Sprout cannot completely take away the economy of Spirit. So well done from Chopper.
Yeah, the pre-fire, especially on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Someone to work with them. 15-9. Sprout need 6 in a row to push this into overtime. At least they have the money to fight this one.
And at the end of the day, this is Spirit's map pick, right? So not all is lost. This is just the series going as designed, winning their map pick.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Patsy getting a lot of return outside. Gonna re-smoke that position and try and see if they can put a little bit of pressure on. Oh, they're making so much noise running past here, and he's ready for it just as the smoke fades.
No way.
What an absolutely disgusting hold outside. Patsy on the triple, nearly a quad kill. That should be the round.
I love Patsy. What a great round that is. What a great triple kill he gets there. Might have just delivered Team Spirit this first round in the series.
That's what it feels like.
A scout on Slacks as well, and he's got the most HP. That's never going to make you happy, and there's no way for him with that weapon to clear out this kill, that position. Chopper's got another one in a stellar performance, leading the way for his team. 24 kills. He'll end at the top of the scoreboard. And Zyphon is the last one to go down. It's Spirit. I mean, this map is picked right into a comfort of Spirit as well. And also, I mean, it's just a virtue of Sprout, maybe not having a deep enough map pool, maybe not feeling confident on enough maps to go elsewhere in it. And also an elimination game, elimination series. Pick the map you're most comfortable on. Slacks jump peeking, looking for information. 5 players from Spirit going to be huddled around the big box. The rest of his teammates are going to have to hustle over as soon as he gets information. It's a long way to the A bomb site. It's a lot of time to get here, but the spot comes a little bit late. Now he sees it coming.
There's already a flank happening down below. Actually, I guess almost a double flank. They didn't spot Lounge, but they found Stair. Now they're running back and forth. They have plenty of time. There is still the danger of a late flank coming in, but they found a good opening right here, and this is dangerous. Slacks and Siphon, they might be in a little bit of trouble. Smoke comes over, and they can't hit any of the shots on the CT side. That was a long battle that was happening between the USPs and the Glock there, and ultimately it's going to be in favor of Spirit.
All the aggression and all the flanks, I think Sprout just was never in a position to really properly defend this bomb site in a way. Maybe if those shots land, maybe if they get a sequence of incredible shots, but that defense got pulled thin.
Yeah, it did. I like the attempt from Sprout though to try and get the flank down on the lower part of the map even before anything really happened. But I feel like you keep pushing it, you're going to get caught.
Yeah, and the problem too is like when the first kill comes out and there's still more aggression, Spirit's like, oh, okay, we killed one on the flank. We see another one on the flank who didn't get a clean fight. Like we have an opening at the A bomb site where the defense is just going to be weakened by virtue of resources, of manpower. Refresh with a nice low-impact kill in garbage time. Put some numbers on the board. 1-0 for Spirit after the pistol.
Yeah, they'll take it. Second round. All right. FAMAS being picked up by Refresh right away. And they're going to upgrade everything behind it. We'll see. If it works, it's obviously worth it. But they could be setting themselves up for a rough start here as well, Sprout, if this doesn't play out.
They won one of these as well in the first map, remember? There's some nice shots with from Stair with the Deagle, a nice piece of aggression to get a couple of kills. Nades come out. The aforementioned Stair is already down at 3 HP. Utility is going to cover the progression of Team Spirit up the A ramp. They've got a lot of control, and Stair is just trying to find a little bit of comfort. There's a lot of bodies here. Yeah,
plenty of people there for the defense. Couple of good Molotovs maybe could offset that. Looks like they want to go aggressive on the ramp. They're actually walking in. They could maybe surprise the T side. Wonderful's going to take a peek, and they'll get one of the kills, but look at the overwhelming amount of people coming in from the Sprout side. They're just running them down at the moment. Patsy gets overrun, and now it's down to just Magic's 1 versus 1 against Stair.
And 3 HP and 7 HP. Stair's been on this 3 health since the very start of the round. Oh, this is perfect from Stair.
Yeah, really, really good call, and all of 1 bullet is all he needed. And Sprout, the investment, the risk that they took, it pays off once again.
Yeah, nicely done. Good counter push towards the top of the ramp. Spirit never saw it coming. Even the initial engagement on that aggression was just against 1 player, so they never had numbers. They never realized, oh, the whole team's here. Oh, the whole team's swinging. They might have been able to make a different decision if they had caught that, but because they can't, there's also nowhere to fall back to. That's a very long ramp where you're exposed the whole way, and Spirit never felt comfortable actually backing away from the engagement.
That's well done. Spirit though, not bending or breaking quite yet. They want to be back with Tech9s. They're in the middle. This is dangerous. You're up, way over peaking it. That's exactly what happens. just wasn't on his mind, although this is a nice knockout. Double kill for Cypher, and that's going to make it a little bit different.
Oh, yeah, but Chopper, especially if this kill comes out from Patsy, that's going to pull them forward into this rotation. They realize Chopper, he's already gotten a kill. They might expect it. What a shot. What a transfer over. And it's just Slacks left to recover 1v2, and Chopper's going to hold him at bay for as long as possible.
Yeah, and once you know where he is, there's no reason to fight him. Don't give him the chance. Patsy will take him down right over the smoke, and they take it right back.
Yeah, they do. That's a very short-lived adrenaline rush for Sprout, unfortunately for them. Defense gets absolutely sideswiped by the Tech-9s.
You could see it happening almost like a, sort of a slow car crash when Refresh peeks into the middle. The way that he moves up to that corner, he's thinking, I'm just going to go take a look, but he's a little bit too far out and couldn't make it back.
This is Spirit taking a timeout as well, and they're just saying, let's not do that again. Like, we had the advantage, we lost it.
It wasn't that much fun.
Yeah, we got it back. Now let's not do that again. Let's be done with this seesaw. I want off the ride. 2-1. Deagle's back in the hands of Sprout on defense. That shot is disgusting from Chopper.
Yeah, no head armor, I'm assuming, on stairs, so...
Yeah, he was the top fragger as well on Nuke. Chopper's just putting together a very good series. Still early going in map number 2, but setting himself up nicely to continue his tear.
Well, let's see what the Deagles can do. Not necessarily easy on this map to find some good openings. It would be an interesting surprise if Sprout were able to. Already creeping down, forward play coming out here, and for Spirit, this is probably a lot about using the grenades to pave the way, so you don't have to fight them so much.
Ooh.
Nice stack, but he actually still is alive, and that might be a benefit to him.
Yeah, it's huge. They might think that's clear now. And they used 2 Molotovs to progress to this point after the initial corner of the sandbags corner.
And now they call the freeze.
They got another nade. They got 2 more Molotovs if they want to go for it, but I don't think they have any reason to think that somebody's there.
It'd be very thorough work if they Molotov after doing the stack of grenades. Boost coming over the Deagle. Always a fun time, but it is kind of being looked for. There we go. And he's forced to reveal himself. That's got to be annoying. Must have felt like there was a real opportunity and more grenades. That's about, what, 3-4 different grenades thrown his way. And finally they get rid of him. Eagle shot in return. Stare shows up. Wonderful. But the Galil going to be able to take a couple of people down from that A defense.
Yeah, huge kills to get, but you could see Spirit even slowing it down and just checking the flank really quick. They missed the timing. Good tag, but he doesn't go down 2 HP. Oh, but this is doable. Magic's and Siren.
Yes, it is, although Lawrence making a lot of noise. They know that he's coming this way. Hard for him to check everything. He has the right idea, but just as he turns around, the Vegas will take him down. Well, Magic's, and it's going to be a 3-1.
Little Freudian slip there for you. Yeah, he's already gone, baby.
I know. My mind is trying to say, maybe I could,
maybe you can
manifest him back into the tournament. It's so crazy to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, and world number 1 Faze, world number 2 Vitality, both knocked out of IEM Rio. I'm sure you have all heard / seen / watched it go down.
Yeah. And if you haven't, that's on you.
It's your fault.
We're not taking any responsibility for anything.
Speaking of which, while we're in this eco round, there is as you again all already know, as this is the second stage, there's another stream going on. That's Liquid versus Heroic going on in the ESL main stream.
How is that going?
Well, Heroic won the first map quite handily, much to my displeasure. Second map is Mirage, and it's currently tied up 3-3. So early going in that game as well. If you want to throw it up, chuck it up on a second monitor. Watch it on the phone during a bathroom break.
A lot of options. All right, the Mac 10s making a little bit of bank for Wonderful. That's good. 7-3 on him and 4-1. Lead for Spirit. Curious to see. This feels like the first real round that's going to be coming up here where we got rifles on the side of Sprout and we could see what this defense actually could do.
Yeah, it's been delayed by the back and forth shenanigans with the Deagles these first 5 rounds. Well done for him, Wonderful. He made himself about $8,000 dollars in the bank before he buys in this round. Passes the Mac 10 over to a teammate. Siren's the guy who's going to make the smart economic decision to keep money behind him.
Good counter flash. Slacks wanted to take that peek. And that's a little bit dangerous with the Mac 10. No head armor and he gets blown up. Oh, what an awful way to get started. He really had a hard time on Nuke as well, Slacks. Yes, we're talking about it just a little bit. they try to see if they can regain some control, which is actually pretty smart for the CT side. I like to see that, but unfortunately, they also get slaughtered trying to get in there. 2 versus 2 now, and look at this position in the middle. Chopper. He might just sneak in and get a free kill. He is inches away from doing that. Almost catching the shadow. Lanx, I don't think he realizes how much danger he's in, but he's going to get the kill on Magic, because that's at least something now. Yeah, there's the free kill. If that would have reversed the order, that's almost a win immediately for the side as a Spirit.
For sure. Chopper's even ignoring the M4. Stairs rotating over, shifting through the flank. Is Chopper going to be able to read this?
Man, it's close again. Oh! But Stair was looking the other way. Both players at slightly different intervals, just missing each other. Everything coming down to timing in that 1 versus 1.
This is the second time that mid-lurk from Chopper has really ruined Sprout, right? The previous one was the round number 3 with the Tech 9s, and he's just like, okay, you guys have so many people fighting at A ramp. There's going to be an opportunity. There's going to be a gap. And that's the real crux of kind of this like CIS style of Counter-Strike that started to become really, really effective, is the individual initiative to make those kinds of plays, to slide into those gaps aggressively. And Chopper's opened up another option for his team yet again, and netted them another round on the board again. Now, one other interesting detail too is, you know, frequently we all know like the path and the sequence to Molotov behind the sandbags, obviously clearing towards the top of A ramp, just standard map control and standard utility usage. Spirit, as we've seen a number of times, and this is nothing crazy, but they've just been double, triple nading it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're almost kind of like, you're almost clearing it out for the future as well, because if you're a Sprout player, you're just like, they're not Molotoving this. Like, you know, there's nothing I can do to put out the HE grenades before they explode, so why am I even going to play there? It'll be interesting to see how many more times Sprout actually plays in those sandbags with that knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. If you could just dissuade anyone from even wanting to play in that corner. A little boost happening over here, but it feels like Spirit are quite far away from showing up at this bomb site. Wall bang from Patsy, or maybe just to the corner of the box. They're going to be taken down step. And it's a 4-on-5.
They're going to push down into him. He's going to have a chance, Patsy, to get a few more, but he gets dropped by the Deagle. That's from Zyphon. Over towards the B bomb site we go. Set piece coming in. Execute coming in. It's only Refresh with an MP9. AK-47's been recovered, but it's on the other side of the map. It cannot be involved.
Bullets over. Flankers coming in, but with just a USP, kind of hard to do anything with. Nice though, maybe a chance. He sees one of them back there. The bomb is planted, but only just freshly. Siren's on his own, and he's going to get wiped out. Siphon with the triple, Lanx with the double, and a very surprising round from Sprout.
Yeah, I'll eat my words there. They hustled on that flank. They rushed
really
the whole way. They beat a timing that nobody from Spirit was even expecting whatsoever. But the only 2 rounds that Sprout have won have been with the Deagles. Oddly enough, they're not able to put a stop to it with rifles.
Wow. Some of these shots, yeah.
Good shooting from Zyphon with the Deagle. Massive, and Siren's just in an impossible scenario. He has nowhere to peek. Both ways are an engagement. He's exposed to both fights as well. So a couple hiccups in the early going for Team Spirit, but they're still nursing a 3-round lead.
They need a lot more of that. This, again, this weird seesaw going back and forth is not going to be working out for them. Eventually, they will have to put together a string of rounds. Oh. Magic's not ready for that at all. Long's going to be taking him down, and it's quickly turned into a 4-on-5. With Spirit not really getting any kind of map control at all. You should mention it earlier about this potential for some mid-takes happening in the middle of the round, and that's actually what they're checking for, Sprout. They're sort of going back to see, is anyone going to be showing up? And not at the moment. They lose Stair in the meantime. Kill and return happening for Patsy.
Yeah, he's the next player in a position to actually do something for Spirit to force some to cause some chaos. There's 3 defenders at the A bomb site. They're so worried. Zyphon's playing passive with the op. Refresh and Slacks pushing up towards scaffolding. And Lonx is all alone at the B bomb site for the moment. Everyone's going to come join up with Patsy. He's holding down the fort at the top of the ramp. It's a long time to be on this island.
Yeah, just look at this, almost a 3-man lean to the short side. That's actually kind of interesting. I wonder if they're going to be ready for it, Spirit. You might catch one and then just never realize that there's going to be 2 more people. But when they get the early kill and the follow-up, wonderful. Let's crack this one open. And yeah, he wasn't expecting a 3rd player, but because of the double, they still should be winning this round.
Yeah.
Siphon's back here. They have time to run to the B bomb site with the bomb, so they're going to do that. Why fight him? Why give him an opportunity?
Yeah, there's nothing for Xiphon to do. I think he just has to save this.
Yeah.
Low HP, and he already knows Chopper's bailed out and already made it over to the other side of the map. He knows the other player has got to be cutting off rotation. Oh, is he going to go look for this? Okay, if he gets this kill, maybe. But I don't think Siren has any reason to overexpose himself. He doesn't need to challenge anything. He is, and he goes down. Now, Xiphon can attempt the 1v1.
This is very, very risky. Chopper right down below. He should get this kill, and he will. But that is, you're right, he had no reason to overexpose himself. That's very risky. Not a lot could have...
I mean, at the end of the day, you take away the op.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even maybe perhaps the death is worth it in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when they get the kill, but, you know, just what if he just no-scopes him coming up on top of the boxes there? Then it's absolutely not worth it, but wonderful. This is some good shooting on the AWP, as we expect. 6-2 in their favor, and again, the money is looking dreadful for Sprout. It's just such a tough first half of the way that this has been playing out right now.
It really is. Sprout hasn't been able to get anything going, catch fire at all, even with winning 2 Deagle rounds. Because of the last one, they have the money to buy up and invest here. Oppen slacks. Lonks is going to be forced out, put out the Molotov. Plenty of utility being sent forward by Spirit. Good shot from Xiphon. He's been playing well, but there's a lot more coming. And Spirit, with 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock, have options. And they choose to pause and reassess. They use so many nades attacking this B-bomb site.
Yeah. Almost nothing left. They seem to want to try and recommit to that double boost up, whether you boost on either side of the stairs here. It's an interesting choice.
There's 3 defenders at this side of the map.
All you need is one of the CTs to be a little bit...
Is that an AK boosting up a Galil?
I think it is.
Okay.
Don't ask me about that.
Interesting choice.
Oh, well, there's the reason why.
Yeah, I take it back.
Pansy's like, they don't have head armor, it's all going to be fine, it's all the same. None of the other ones do either. Refresh, probably could have been a kill, but Chopper is quick to react. And now they're going to go for the bomb plant. Great coverage on either side. It's going to be hard to swing and try and stop that bomb plant. And Slacks, yeah, that AWP is real valuable. Even getting that kill. Patsy and Siren are low on health, but Sprout, no, this is not worth it. 7-2 in favor of Spirit.
They know it's not worth the risk, and they don't know the HP of the 2 players.
True.
Otherwise, they might have actually gone for that. It was very early in the bomb timer where they got that kill.
They've made almost everything work. They've taken the A ramp. They can take B. They've had some mid success.
Yeah, they've lurked in middle.
There's no safety at the moment when it comes to Sprout in that defense.
Yeah, there's caution flags everywhere on the map for Sprout. This is really rough. Really, really rough. 7-2 is the scoreline. 5-round lead for Spirit. This deciding game, this elimination game between these 2 teams.
And for Sprout, the pressure is just going to be on in a completely different way. Nuke not going their way. And certainly Vertigo, on some levels, looking even more troublesome at the moment. Not exactly what you want to see. Siphon's doing a good job, and that's surely what they have to rally behind at the moment. If they can get him to keep doing it, win a couple of clutches and get everyone else fired up.
I think the problem is, it's also like the lack of confidence you're going to have if you're Sprout because you haven't been able to win a gun round yet.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
It's so tough. It's so tough. Spirit is really working you right now. Wonderful with 12 kills on this T side with the AWPs. It's some very nice shots, some very timely, impactful op kills. And here we go, round number 10.
AWP and M4. Oh, well, he wanted to wheel it in, try and get the kill early on, but wonderful. This is what we've come to know about him. So lightning fast with the flicks. Ivan's going to come in. He took his time to line up the shot. It's going to be launched instead to take down Magix, and 3 on 4 instead now. And that's CSAT 75 trying to creep on over Patsy. Couldn't quite see him because of the smoke. Otherwise, he probably would have been dead right away. Jumps to try and recover the AWP, and he will.
Oh, but you have no idea about this. Patsy about to ruin your day. At least he's traded. Stair picks up the op.
That's a nice look, and though they absolutely were not ready for it. 2 on 3, and still plenty of time for Spirit to make this a very tough round. Going to be setting up some nades, flashing their way around the corner. Stare on that AWP. He has to hit this shot right away. Turn it into a 2-on-2. Back up his there, and actually, that's very aggressive. Look at Longs. He's just out fighting in front of the smoke. Gets taken down by Wonderful. Second kill of the round for him. And they know everything. Molotov to put some pressure on. They take him down. I don't know if they could have seen him there. Either way, Chopper is going to find him. Might have been just a foot showing. And it's 8-2.
I don't mind the wrist stepping in front of the smoke either. Obviously, there's kind of a score line. You got to try and do something magical for your team, but there's a world in which they just don't expect that play, and you're able to spray down 2, right? It's a risk worth taking in that scenario. This time, Team Spirit handle the partial buy around the saved weapons. Good adjustment from Wonderful. He flicked upwards to open the round as well. A very nice shot there. And it's 8-2, a 6-round lead.
Absolutely everything right now working out the way that Spirit had intended it. You mentioned in the start of it, the map pool, the depth of the map pool for Sprout, kind of forcing them into playing not just Nuke, but also Vertigo. That sets them off really badly to begin with. Spirit probably loves seeing that once the vetoes come through. We could all see why. Some more rifles back. Is this like maybe the second or third rifle round that Sprout have even had? It feels like they've had almost nothing. Good opening from Slacks, taking down Patsy. That's what you like to see, but immediately, Wonderful gets the return.
Yeah, I mean, the benefit of that 5-on-4 just disappears. Follow-up pick is just great from Wonderful. Continues to just be a beast. 15 kills now he's up to. Aggression from Lonks, but he's the only one here. If he goes down, even if it's a 1-for-1 trade, this needs to be a multi-kill if they want to make it impactful. There's the jiggle, and now they know. Wide swing for Magix. Yeah, you're not winning any more than just 1 on that. And there's such a long rotation for Sprout that Spirit's going to be able to get into this bomb site if they hustle. Utility and flashbangs raining over. Zyphon's going to be the first defender on point.
Yeah, they're rotating down below, so they could try and backstab them really early on. They did that earlier, and it did kind of work. Refresh is there to take down Wonderful, and I don't think they were ready.
They've done it again.
Yeah, bomb is about to be planted. Siphon's, I think, smartly waiting out here. Why? If you go down, suddenly there's an avenue of escape. Bomb planted, and Siren into 1 versus 3. He does push in to get that one. He has a Molotov, and this might be a disaster, Jason. No smoke on the CT side. Now, he can't throw it immediately. There's still plenty of time on the clock, but if he can get 1 more kill and fall back, this is going to be real hard for Stair all of a sudden. He has the kid on his back. Siren waiting for him. He nearly had it. That might have been a very, very good pre-aim, but Stair's going to be able to drop him instead. 1 kill to save his team and get a 3rd round on the board.
Yeah, but man, what a costly victory. I mean, they're going to take it. They're going to take everything they can at this point, Sprout, but you only have 1 player surviving. Right back again, your money's in the doldrums.
Yeah.
You get no chance to breathe easy as if that was a clean win. You get no chance for relief because it's right back to the issue of about to be reset. This is maybe the one good thing that we've seen out of Sprout that's been able to work for them is these really fast flanks pushing down A ramp and catching a timing wrapping around the B bomb site. But that's nothing to hang your hat on. That's nothing that's going to win you a map.
No, definitely not. What would be very cool to see, I don't know if Spirit have any reason to play it this way, but if Spirit realize how quick those rotations are happening down below, they could try and fake it out and just catch them, right? Because the danger of the way that they're running, especially in the lower part of the map, all it takes is 1 T player in T spawn or anywhere else, just hide in a corner and
just say, ha, screw you.
It's over, right?
I got it. Round 12.
8-3, and you're right, round number 12. 2 MAC-10s, head armor on 1 person. That's Siphon, so gotta be careful. Nice nade. Siren already chewed up from the start, but oh, Patsy, double opening on the MAC-10. That's too much.
Chopper's giving him the MAC-10 powers.
It must be. He's blessed it.
He's giving him the old Vega Squadron strengths.
Kill and return. Too early to celebrate anything with Sprout here. They need every single round they could get for the rest of this one. Siphon in the middle, and that's a long range to be fighting with an SMG, so at least it's back into a 3-on-3. And Wonderful does not have the AWP. Going to be sneaking up here with the AK. Smoke down in front, Molotov a little bit further behind, and you can see Stairs very, very nervous that someone's going to be flashing around that corner. Chopper, a little bit closer up than Stair was ready for, and Siphon, he's at the corner. That's a nasty angle. I don't think Chopper can see anything there, but he almost dies trying to escape. They're 1 versus 2, and Wonderful panic spraying through. Lonks will take him down, and it's another one for Sprout. Finally, something is going their way, although again, it is just a 1 person surviving, but at least they're winning a round.
Was that a missed smoke from Spear, or was that a defensive smoke that was deployed that created that little gap, that little off angle? I
I
can't.
think one of the smokes was from the CT side, the other one was from Wonderful. I think he threw down the smoke in front. So
Man, that's a nasty little angle that created to take Spirit down.
yeah,
That's a confusing one to have to deal with, especially with the silencer. 8-4. Sprout have finally done it. They've won 2 in a row. They've taken money away from Team Spirit, although Spirit did win a Tech 9 round earlier, but I don't think they'll invest here. And can try and claw back and salvage this half as best they can.
it's been very, very difficult for Sprout to even get into this position where they have like a tiny bit of breathing space.
And what a weird round to win as well. That was a 3v5.
Yeah.
Remember, Patsy opened that round up with a Mac 10. Like, you feel like that's a round that's going to be converted from Spirit, like, you know, 9.9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, probably will, but Sprout will take it at this point. Whatever it is that's coming their way.
There's one Deagle. That's it. It's here on Chopper.
There's plenty. Plenty enough. Not for Chopper.
Not for Chopper.
Next one up. Magix has picked it up. Saying, all right, I'll take a crack at it. At least they boosted Deagle this time, Jason.
True. That is quite nice. See if Magix can find anyone. Looking for a jump over the boards, looking for a spot over the boards. Into the site we go. Very tough shot to hit, and I think the Deagle got sent off the building as well.
Oh,
That sucks.
that's unfortunate. So 5th round.
It's going to hit someone at the bottom.
Yeah, I would advise trying to catch that. I feel like that's probably not going to work out well. 3 versus 5. I think this might be one of the few rounds where Sprout just actually feel comfortable in the round. Where it's like, all right, something worked. We actually did it. We survived with 5 people. They built a little bit of money on their side going into round number 14.
Yeah, the 4 rounds before this one, they survived with 1 player 3 times and 2 player for the 4th round. Like, they've just never had any real space to work with. There it is. Yeah, don't catch that. Shiny, though. Nice colors.
Makes it easy to spot when it's falling off. That's good.
Easy to step out of the way.
Like that. Here we go. Again, positioning at the bottom of that A ramp. Classic smokes coming up really from either side. Patsy, yeah, he hears the damage on the other side, so be careful you don't get sprayed down immediately.
This is one of the first times that Sprout have actually, I mean, this little sequence and obviously having some utility behind a solid round win, that Spirit's been forced to kind of respect this defense. We've seen them just barreling up so quickly, challenging wherever they can. Mac 10, AK, Galil, doesn't matter. This time they've been a bit more cautious about it by virtue of the fact that Sprout's able to have the rifles with all the nades and all the utility. Late take for a ramp. There's the Molotov.
Yeah, but that's fine. They already bought a fair bit of time. Stare that smoke. Surely someone's going to be watching that. So suspicious. And they're going to be able to take him down. Patsy with the kill. Slacks flashed out. They know it as well. And that SMG just can't survive that fight. Unfortunate.
I think he spotted Chopper jumping up and wanted to try and get him as he was coming through the smoke, but man, Spirit is just deleting him. And this time, this take, no utility, no smoke wall set up. There wasn't a whole lot of nades left for Team Spirit, and this is just so clean.
Yeah. They have a lot of different looks that they can go to. Even if they're being countered a little bit, they change it up. They go a little bit slower this time. Like you pointed out, they don't just straight up take the ramp. So that's a clean round. 9 on the side of Spirit.
Woo!
It's a very unenthusiastic.
Woo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the player side.
Nice shot from Siren. That's filthy.
I want that Team 3D woo from back in the day.
Oh, the old Shagwar woo?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I need.
Iconic.
Or you'll have to Google or YouTube if they find like what up now Swedes.
What up now, Swedes? Yeah.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Full position of being. We've seen it many, many times, but he just got chewed up so much before he could even really get there. Wonderful's low on health. Slack's trying to take over where Stare left off. But he is maybe even in a worse position here. Grenades hunting him down, and it's probably time to quit.
Yeah, he was really bailing out of a lot of danger. 3rd player shifted over, though, and again, mid is going to be exposed. This time, 2 players challenging. Oh, no. If you jump up and go for this fight, Lonks, you might be in for a world of hurt. Yeah, you don't expect it. Good kill. That's the B defender.
And it's again middle.
Yeah, and they have to know there's at least, they saw at least 2 defenders. They might even realize the third is there. Coming into the A bomb site, I don't know what you can do to recover this round from Sprout. Zyphin's going to have to do something special.
It's ridiculous having a CT side where you really can't defend any of the 3 main positions that you need to be able to defend. And it says something about Spirit and their level of confidence in this particular map. Slacks, yeah, I don't know how you would have checked that. Nazi's going to get the kill. Siren on the follow-up. It is looking so good right now for Spirit in this map. Siphon's on his own in a 1 versus 4, and it's just too far gone. The bomb is down. He doesn't have any other tools that he would need to win this round. So Spirit, they have put together a remarkable first half at this point in time. 10-5 is going to be the scoreline. They are well on the way to sending Sprout packing. We'll see if they can in the second half. It is coming up after this. We are back once again. 10-5 in favor of Spirit. They look supremely confident in this one. And Sprout, they are about 6 rounds away potentially from getting knocked out of the tournament. This is an elimination game, so it all comes down to this. If you're Sprout, there's no more rope left.
No, this is the last, potentially the last half you have in the tournament. Time to lay it all out on the line. And you got a long road back as well. Your map pick, but you better feel confident in this T side. Spirit looking good. They're 6 rounds away from another fight tomorrow to make it to the champion stage.
Gotta give a shout out to Siphon. He's top fragging in the server with his team being down 5 rounds. He's done absolutely everything and more that you could have asked of him. If not for this, they probably just get almost 50-0 in the first half. It's really crazy to see. It's not enough. It's obviously a team game, so you need a little bit more, but he's really tried everything that he could to make this work. Yeah,
it's touted as one of the next big Danish stars to come up through the scene, and obviously delivering here and showing some promise on that kind of designation. Patsy's going to grab contact, and I don't know if he actually spotted anything. Ooh, Spirit might get pulled into this. This is going to be a firefight.
They're waiting down there. Opening kill. Stem. That's actually really important. He gets that first one. They keep swinging with the USB. Siren taking over, and it's just a parade of headshots down on that ramp. Well done on Spirit. That could have absolutely gone the other way.
The only way that works is if everyone from Team Spirit know during that play that there's no other option but to fight.
Yeah.
Just to swing and fight. Nobody second guesses it. Everyone goes for it, and they're obviously on the same page. It also helps very much as well that Stare is the only one close up. Stare's the only one at sandbags. Those Glocks against this kind of a barrage of USPs is never going to pan out well.
Well, the things went already tough. Now 11-5 in favor of Spirit, winning the pistol on the second half.
And the gun gets tough, the tough gets going.
They say that. Does that work the other way? To work in reverse?
Probably. Lonks is having a barbecue. He's got nowhere to go. Good find from Magix. And Sprout is funneled towards the other side of the map, and it's Patsy to be aggressive.
He's going to keep going.
Why wouldn't you?
Magix, yeah. You've got the money maker.
Yeah.
They don't have any armor or anything. Why not just try and run for it? He might be a little bit too late. That's a shame. I feel like they should have waited for him. Had such a nice crunch going on.
Yeah, that would have been cool. 12-5, 7-round lead for Team Spirit. 4 rounds away now from a 2-2 series tomorrow. 4 rounds away from knocking Sprout out of IEM Rio.
Here's something to think about, though.
Yeah.
Spirit, I don't know if it's going to be true for the other games that they're going to end up playing here, but to me, some of the mistakes that they made in Sprout, especially on Nuke and some of the confusion there, can't do that at this level. I feel like some of that could still be worth maybe considering. Very curious how that's going to be playing out. Some of those rounds where they suddenly just lost track of time and had no chances, so they seem to be a little bit more focused on this one.
Yeah, haven't really had any 2 issues, but I mean, they were, as we mentioned a couple of times, they were running through the defense everywhere on the map, so it makes it a lot easier to kind of make a decision, not have to worry about the clock. 3 SMGs on the board for Team Spirit, so bit of a bonus round, bit of weaker weapons to fight with. Good turn for Magix, good turn around to find the kill onto Lonks, and everyone else from Sprout is slowed. A defensive smoke set up, and how do you do this if you're Sprout?
It's going to be very tricky. Those smokes really do make it hard to find anyone, which means you can't really clear the bomb site. And this SMGs, they get to fight so close, again, because of the smokes. More grenades keep raining in. A nice shot onto Stare as well. Patsy will get that one. Refresh very, very low on health. And they're boxed in at the moment.
They can bail out. Patsy has to be aggressive. He has to be aggressive here. He knows they're going to be running all the way to the other bomb site. He knows one is going to pause and wait to cut him off somewhere. He's got to find that first. And if he can, that's Xiphon. Refresh only has 5 HP. And Xiphon just gives it up. Says it's not a fast chase.
Again, Siphon just having to save the team. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to escape that bomb site. It might not be over yet, but at least they've got a shot at it here. 1 versus 2, and they can guess where Patsy's coming from. Double setup as he turns the corner. Siphon's there with the AK in hand. He's going to be going down. Refresh is low. Oh, no! He gets dropped as well. 1 versus 2. Clutch coming in from Patsy. That's hard to deal with.
That's heartbreaking. Because that defense was so good, I was shocked that they were even able to turn that around, all thanks to Xiphon's triple kill. So many odd angles with those SMGs, but to lose a 2v1 like that.
Yeah, they made the right call. They even knew he was coming back to get them.
This is such good work from Magix as well. He's causing so many issues. 2 kills, defensive smoke that creates a new angle. What a cleanup from Patsy. Yeah, Chopper can barely believe it. He's like, all right, I'll take those.
Yeah, we probably would be fine even if we don't win this round, but we'll take that one as well. 13-5. Spirit still looking good. Sprout, though, they're going to be able to do something in this round at least. They'll have the bomb plant, they'll have the round loss bonus, and they buy a couple of AKs to follow it up with. Not that many nades on the T side. But as Spirit kind of demonstrated improved time and again in the first half, getting this ramp control on the T side is pretty important.
And they did it a couple times without a whole lot of utility as well. So they've shown Sprout the recipe. I think a footstep was made, so they bust up the stack. A little bit of chip damage on a stair down to 62. Here comes the turn of the corner. Shot from the off. Flashbang to follow it up. Oh, what a great double kill. No smokes, no utility to give any kind of a warning.
That's a devastating flashbang that Refresh gets to throw around the corner. That absolutely opened up everything. Chopper wants to be there, but this is a risky one. 3 versus 4 in the retake. Chopper sneaking in. He's going to get one of them, but they don't know about Refresh. They're not really even looking there right now. His position is so powerful. They don't have a Molotov to get rid of him either. They have some smokes, so maybe they could try and double smoke it and just hope to get a defuse in there. That's probably the only thing you do right now. I don't think you're fighting your way out of this round if you're on the Spirit side. Yeah, there we go, crouching in. They're going to get one, but Refresh, he reads it. Good stuff coming through here. He set up the initial double kill with the flashes, and he saved them from that defuse.
That's a beautiful round. Well done from Sprout. You're exactly right. That flashbang was perfect to turn and clear the corner, clear the angle. Good transfer down from Refresh as well to find the diffuser. 13-6, timeout taken. This is from Spirit, their 3rd timeout. Again, just talking things over and making sure this doesn't spiral out of control. No reason to give Sprout any reason to believe the retake is possible, or the comeback, excuse me, is possible.
Yeah, no, it's much better, and that's a skill all on its own, right? To end the map before the other team really even can start to build back into it. Because to be honest, the way that Southland's playing right now, if anybody else from this side starts to wake up a little bit more, it could be a really interesting game again, right? That's possible. Right now, he's carried them to this point, but for them to actually make the comeback, they obviously need more than just Siphon. That has to be true.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a great job of playing to this level and keeping them in the game, but it's time now. If you're going to make the comeback happen, you got to have more, obviously. He's done phenomenal work to keep you in this position, and the comeback is still very possible. It's going to be difficult, especially on the T side. This is a good first start. Okay. he's feeling it. Siphon again.
What a sick kill. That's
Even
nice.
being blind doesn't matter.
It's always so interesting to me when you have this situation is one that repeats itself many, many times throughout a tournament where you have one player that's so far ahead of the rest of his team, and sometimes it does create this zone where like other players almost feel, you know, like they have to do something to help. You can't just have one person up here. But sometimes it's too late. You get someone else who gets fired up, and it's just not in time to change the outcome. Longs and Refresh are trying to get there. Even if just those two could start to wake up a little bit more, man, what a difference it would make.
Now let's start with one. Let's not get too greedy. Let's pick one or the other.
All right, I'll meet you there.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
I was getting greedy.
A nice compromise. Well, Sprout's putting together the picture on the map.
This is a good choice.
Yeah, going back to the B bomb site, it's Magic's playing there with the FAMAS very far away. Actually, not even really playing the B bomb site. He's playing for middle. They might just save off this. If Magic's calls and here's an execute into the B bomb site, I think he's just going to back away, and Sprout's going to be happy to keep the weapons in hand.
Yeah, surely. Well, you say surely, but flash deep to set it up. I don't know with the FAMAS again. Even if you get the good flashbang, how many people can you actually kill before they're ready for it? There's one, 20 seconds left. Does try to jiggle a little bit. He knows Siphon's coming up from behind, and yeah, I don't know. He has to basically hold 2 or 3 angles at once. Another triple for Siphon. He's up to 26. He really does not want to exit this tournament right now. Wonderful's going to find a kill, but that's just to try and save himself and the AWP.
Yeah, he should be fine. Should be able to get away with it. I don't think there's going to be any motivation to hunt. Not a whole lot of money built up for Sprout. I'd love to have the AWP, but just not worth the risk at the moment while this comeback is happening. Now, that doesn't put an element of danger into the next round where you know an AWP is on the board, and it's an AWPer who's having quite a game. 22 kills on Wonderful.
Good stuff. A little bit of a smart call to go for the B-bomb site. As you pointed out, they had a good read on what was going on. We're going to see a little bit of a closing of the gap. 13-7. Still a good lead for Spirit, but they might have to eventually also get a little bit of a taste of what it's like not to have the money on the CT side, which is something that Sprout's, but that's where Sprout's been living for both maps.
It's right here. They can't buy anything. They don't have enough money to even upgrade pistols into Deagles or anything like that. Sprout's going to give them the benefit, though, to take a timeout themselves to try and keep this comeback underway. talk things over before going into a round, probably making them a little bit nervous that the AWP is still in play and Wonderful. Want to talk over how to handle that different situation, where they want to attack, how they want to react if the AWP is there.
Yeah, that's the danger. Just no reason to run, especially the way the Wonderful's been playing. There's just not any point in giving it to him early.
Now, the nice thing is, Wonderful, I don't think Sprout will know this. Wonderful has no armor. So even if, normally in this, you'd kind of say, okay, the AWP is the only weapon you have. Let it get a little bit aggressive, right? Let it push somewhere and find a pick. Without armor, that can be really dangerous. There's a lot of things that can throw you off. Aim punch from a grenade, from a random piece of utility. So Wonderful might not be as excited to just have the freedom to do whatever he wants on the map in this round.
Truth is as well, from like a in-game leader point of view, right? If Refresh can actually call this. Oh, wow! He's at the lack of armor. He gets blown up.
Yeah. That's a sick call out of the timeout. Double nade this position.
Sprout are not going to be able to win the second half and make the comeback just based on kills alone, right? Like some of this is going to have to be the calling of Refresh, and as a new leader playing at this level with this much pressure on, I'd be so impressed if he was able to call a very clean second half. That's a huge test.
Yeah, that was a question we kind of introduced back on Nuke. Is what an incredibly high pressure event so early on in a new in-game leader, a young in-game leader's career. Patsy's going to be here with the AWP, but you have to imagine this is all going to be blocked off. There's 3 smokes, plenty of Molotovs and flashbangs to use, and obviously Stare with this kind of position. Oh, great tap. The AWP again hits the deck, and this time it's not recoverable. And it'll be an 8th round for Sprout as they close the gap to 6 or 5. I can do math.
You got there eventually.
I can add.
So within the margin of error, somewhere in there. Oh, more kills being added. He's down to 2 health, but he's also nearly dropping 30 kills.
Zyphon is muted in GoTV, and his name that he's been given by Valve is Beta.
Ah, they were wrong about that one.
Yeah, he's not playing that way at the moment.
How does that happen? Is that if you're talking off trash?
I hope so. I like to think there's been a lot of pros that have like auto muted when we enter the GoTV. I like to think they're all in matchmaking, just talking smack.
Yeah, probably. Why not? I don't do that in Counter-Strike Reality. Dota matchmaking. That's how I carry myself.
Your stress relief.
Yeah. Magics with the early kill on Lau. That's obviously a problem. There. Got the right idea, but Wonderful's going to catch him. He knew someone was behind the curtain. He wanted to be clever about it. I can't even blame him. If he can sneak around that corner, he has a great opening into the bomb side. But unfortunately, Wonderful was there lurking on the other side. Double opening in favor of Spirit. It's a huge problem. They're going to have to call Siphon's number again. Say, could you maybe get another 3 or 4 kills in this round? It'd be really great if you could.
Hey, I know you've been working hard, but maybe just a little bit extra. Maybe pick up that extra shift. There goes Patsy. That's refreshed out on top. He's down to 36 HP. Chopper's here, Wonderful's here, and Siren is rotating over. And Siren's got a plethora of nades to use. Magix is pushing, or checking B. Not pushing quite yet.
What a setup they have. Spirit, they're really confident this is going to be the play that's coming, and they're not wrong either. Gotta be careful you don't walk into that AWP out there. Molotov? Oh, that puts so much pressure on them, but they're going to boost on top to try and look for it. If they find anyone here, this round might just be over. It's so close. Cypher, that's something he can't fight. What a boost, especially with the Molotov next to them. I can absolutely see why Sprout don't see that coming. 30 seconds left now. Slacks and Refresh, they need a miracle in this round. This is almost unwinnable already. Siren getting the kill and the follow-up is definitely done. 14-8. They have some money in the bank on the Sprout side, but
they got plenty. They'll
they're
buy
out
up
of
again.
runway.
Yeah, it's not so much the money that's the concern. It's finding a winning recipe. They got 3 rounds straight off the virtue of resetting the economy and busting it wide open. But now you got to go back against guns, and now AKs have been picked up. Now an AWP has been salvaged as well. And a final timeout called by Sprout. The last one of their tournament potentially, and that's looking likely.
They basically need 8 rounds in a row with almost no mistakes being made. Maybe there's some middle ground where they fight for overtime instead. It feels so unlikely that this is going to happen.
Even if you want to fight for overtime, though, it almost feels like you need to win like 4 or 5 in a row to even make that potentially doable before you lose another one. Here we go, round 23. All important round for Sprout. Playing for their tournament life. Down a map in this elimination series.
Aggressive setup here from the CT side.
Oh,
pretty quick to make the jump down, making a bit of noise as well.
That scared me. I thought he was going to wander right off the edge. Counter flashbangs out. No one's in middle at the moment for the defense. No one's home. Chopper's just looking for aggression as he rotates towards CT spawn, but no one's challenging from Sprout either.
Yeah, they parked Siren down there, and it looks like they are going to go back and sort of check out what's happening on that side now, finally. Slacks 4 kills on him. Again, it's been a very, very tough couple of maps for him with the AWP and nuke as well. He had a really difficult time of it. Grenade bounces the other way, which is probably pretty fortunate.
Spirit's missed a timing here, though. I don't know if Magix is hearing these footsteps. But they're shifting away. Siren was going towards CT spawn. Chopper's already gone and joined up with the A defense. Wonderful's going to have to rotate back. This is not a bad timing for Sprout to hit.
No, they could make this work. Could see there's a little bit of paranoia on the Spirit side. They don't know what's happening on those B stairs, and it's a big risk to go back and look, obviously. Once you've lost control of the B stairs, if you go back to take a look later on, that could be a problem. Molotov, and that forces Patsy out. He's trying to make a run for it. I can't believe he's allowed to escape. If they would have caught him, even shot him in the leg even once there, that might have been it. And now they're going to try and go for it. Up the A ramp. And backup is being called for. Patsy now flashed in to try and take them down, and he wins the fight against there. He's still here. This is crazy. Siphon spinning around, and he does catch the kill. 22 seconds, and Slack's getting a double. He keeps going, triple in the round before he's finally out, but they're not done yet. Still a 2-on-2. There is a flank coming in, but the problem is, if this bomb dies, there he goes. Siphon's out of it, and I don't think he can get it. Even if he wins the fight, he does not have the time for it. Magic's good couple of kills at the end, and it's 15-8.
One of those kills Slacks get is actually his double's a team kill. His collateral's a team kill, so that takes an aggressor away from the action. And look, it might have been impossible to avoid. It's no criticism. That's just a rough turn of events. Nice shot from Magix. Defense holds strong. It adjusts, and it arrives at the perfect moment. Partially thanks to Patsy's aggressive play. It seems crazy, but it slows things down, right? It makes them pause, makes them turn and address the situation, throws a little bit of chaos in action, breaks up the momentum, and provides those necessary seconds for the rest of the defense to arrive. And Sprout now must win 7 straight.
Siphon's found his 30th kill.
And he was rewarded with a deagle.
Yeah, godlike performance from him, but they need more than just the one player. Chopper and Wonderful coming back into the round. It's still a 3-on-3. Everything in the line. Sprout 1 round away from getting knocked out, 3 kills away from getting knocked out at the moment. And the bomb down on that A ramp, slowed up right now. Spirit, again, very aggressive at rotating. They're fine with giving up middle and B at this point in time. They just feel so confident, and they might grow as a group to try and find out what's going on. This little peak for information is huge. Slacks nearly giving up his life. Maggie's coming in, and now it's just Siphon left. 1 versus 1 against Wonderful, who's got all the health in the world. At least he has the bomb, and he can try and make a run for it, but this is tough.
Oh, these are such weird clutches as well. Siphon showing the footsteps. Wonderful's got to toss a coin and just say, do I commit to A or B? I got to go to 1. Wonderful swapped over to the M4 as well. With this low health, it might not matter. He's guessed wrong, though. He's going back to the A bomb site. He actually hesitated in between the bomb sites. And now he's in a position where he's not going to... Ooh, yeah, he hears it. He knows it's not going to be the A bomb site. So 1v1 for the map. 1v1 for Sprout's tournament life. And you'd want this man in it, Siphon.
Even with low health, his first bullet accuracy in this map has been off the charts. I'm sure he feels confident in this. Wonderful walking around the corner. Sees him. He's got to be careful now. His position revealed. Swings out for it. He's going to be going.